Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
I'm Scooch Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our reviews and takes of movies and television. I was going too fast. I had to slow down. I almost messed it up. But I'm good. What's going on, bro?
Man, I can't call it, man. You know, same shit, different day. But you know what I'm saying? You do got to keep striving out here on these streets, man. But how you feeling? Everything been good with you?
Everything is A1, my brother. As people can see, I'm still in my work clothes because I left work and been running errands all day. But, you know what I'm saying, still got to put this pod out. So, you know what I'm saying, it's time to pod, man.
Yes, sir, man. Got to put these bad boys out, put them out on time. You know what I'm saying? Keep for number one, the repetition, but also the consistency, man. You know, I think that's something, man, you had talked about when we started this twice a week thing, probably about a year and a half ago.
Yep.
It's like, yo, man, that consistency. So we're putting them out there, man. You know, we done seen you on, we wasn't video at the time.
Right.
But man, we done had you on location.
Man, you know I done been at baseball games. I done been at volleyball games. I done been shopping, all kind of driving. Like, bro, we done did it all, man. We done did it all.
Yeah, man.
Real quick though, I do want to apologize to the audience, man. I know the last two episodes did not have video, but charge it to my heart. It's really not my fault, man. My laptop is messing up. I am actually shopping for a new laptop right now. I have a Chromebook, so I really can't do too much. The fact that I'm even able to do this podcast with this laptop, I am surprised. This laptop sucks. So I cleared some stuff out. Hopefully I can get those videos up soon. I know for a fact this one should be up. But if not, the audio will still be there. So if you're listening, we do, you know what I'm saying, appreciate it. If you start watching us, I apologize once again. I'm working on getting that fixed.
That's what's up, man. Like I say, man, it's all the human element, man. Mm-hmm. You know, like even when it comes to like sports and shit, it'd be like, yeah, like you want the stuff to be right, but sometimes it's like, yo, we've gotten so far with just the human element. It's like, you don't want it too much. That's why I like they put like limitations on some stuff where it's like they only like in college they just do the whole timeout thing. It's just like they just call the timeout so you can go back and just at least take a look at it to see if it was right. Yeah. But like in NFL, they only give you two challenges, so it's kind of like it ain't too much. But they review every touchdown, which I get it because it don't really take that long. But yeah, man, sometimes, man, you know, especially the spot, like I had told, about 3 pods back, I was like, yo, man, I had to pause it. I had to put 3 parts of a podcast all in one because shit was happening. So,
well, see, that's the beauty of doing audio only too. You know what I'm saying? Is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you can go edit, cut out certain stuff, all that. With us, we can't really edit too much of nothing because I take it. We already do it in one take, so I take it from that one take and put it on there. So salute us for doing it in one take, and then secondly, you know what I'm saying, this is also a thing where everything is from the video. All the audio is from the video, everything else. So we ain't adding nothing in. We ain't doing none of that. It's all strictly from the video. So whatever you see on the video, that's what you're hearing on the pod too. So. Yeah, we doing this on some professional shit. And we don't got no team. That's another thing. We don't got no team backing us. It's just us two. So we promote it, we edit it, and we load it up, all that stuff by ourselves. So that's, you know what I'm saying? At least we got us. Most people, you know what I'm saying, they got a camera guy, they got an engineer. We ain't got none of that shit.
No producers. We the executive producers of this bitch. But no, man, that's so right. And I don't think people really understand. It's like, yo, like we are literally one take. Like we ain't like, damn, you know what, fucked it up. Let's go back and do it again.
We can't bleep shit out. We can't do nothing. Yeah. It's all us.
Now, we could, but we don't. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like when that little, like if you watch the video, I guess, I don't know. I never really watched it back. I don't know if that live sits up there, but like it's literally live. Like,
no, it ain't. Yeah,
you know
the live thing ain't up there. It's just what we see in the background behind the live.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I can if it was some shit that we wasn't supposed to say and we say it anyway, I could definitely bleep it out. It's just that shit gonna take some work.
Yeah, and we really don't do that. And even when I do the 28, like it's really one take. I don't go back and oh man, I screwed that up. It's just like
ain't
that
no
mistake
breaks, ain't no none of that shit.
Yeah, because you be hearing like I know like with Joe and them, like, man, you know what, we gotta go do this real quick.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah,
like nah, we ain't pausing, man.
We'll get there one day, but right now.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But like you said, they got the team, the producers, they got the video guy, they got the camera guy. But yeah, so I think people don't, and that's why I say everybody's like, oh man, well, I could do a podcast. And they're just like, they get on there and be like, yo, shit ain't what you think it is.
Not at all.
Definitely. So man, shout out to you for getting all this shit done. With the visuals and
shout out
the whole
to you.
Background.
You be posting shit and you be getting the clips and all that shit. So, like I said, this is real live team effort. Like, it really ain't no I in team unless you do a solo pod. Hey. It's time.
Hey, Kobe, I'm gonna tell you why. Kobe. Now, I don't consider Kobe the GOAT, but I'm gonna tell you this is why he wanted to go. Shit, though. When he said when Shaq told him ain't no IT, that motherfucker ain't no we either.
Hey,
yo, that dude. R.I.P. Cole, but that's one of the hardest lines ever. But when somebody saying no IT, that's what I'm saying. It ain't no we either, but that's all time. But that is all time GOATness right there.
For sure.
So. But definitely, man.
Yeah, man. But listen, man. We're getting into the feature presentation. This is a very, very exciting movie, man. Just came out a few months ago. But this week we are doing Bullet Train. Of course, you already read it. We know you already read it, and we don't care. We're gonna tell you anyway. This is starring Brad Pitt. Let me see. Brian Tyree Henry, Joey King, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Zazie Beetz, Bad Bunny, Sandra Bullock, and a host of other people. Hold on, where my dude at? What's the dude's name? I'm a attempt to pronounce this.
You're gonna attempt it.
Ready? Hiroyuki Sanada.
Hey, you look good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna try it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Hiroyuki Sanada. So he was the one of the most pivotal parts of this movie. And also, if you don't know who we're talking about, if you ever seen Mortal Kombat, he was Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. So if you've seen that, then you know who it is. Also, shout out to Michael Shannon because he was also in this too. He is the I forgot who he looks like. He looks like somebody. But I always call him the evil version of that person. But I can't think of who it is right now.
Hey, he was Eminem's stepdad.
Yeah, he was. But he looked like somebody, bro. I forgot who it is that he looks like. But I'm about to look it up. But listen, man, you know what I'm saying? We got the trailer. So y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get to see the trailer. If you haven't seen this is a movie worth going to see. And let's go ahead and play that now.
There's this soulless psychotic leader with the largest criminal organization on the planet shoved right inside us.
I don't see the White Death letting any of us off this train. We need to come up with a plan. That would hurt people.
What's happening to your face? Maybe there was a little head trauma?
Maybe. I gotta get off this train. Sorry, buddy.
Yes, sir. That's Bullet Train, man. Came out in 2022, this year. But okay, I found who it is. Josh Is it Josh Duhamel or Dumel?
You really think he looked like him?
Him or Johnny Knoxville? I think he looked like
Knoxville.
the evil Johnny Knoxville.
I can see Johnny Knoxville.
But I always say he looked like the Josh Duhamel dude. He kind of looked like that motherfucker. But definitely Johnny Knoxville, for sure.
That's funny.
That's evil Johnny Knoxville for people who don't know. So yeah, go look that dude up. But man, listen, Bullet Train, you finally seen it. What's up, man? How you feeling about it?
Man, listen, man. They done completely ripped off my motherfucking movie, Smoking Aces, man. Yeah. I got so many damn Smoking Aces vibes, man, watching this. But which is a good thing because I'm one of the people that love Smoking Aces. Like I've heard people criticize it to the point where I had like I was listening to a podcast and I heard these people killing it. Like I came home that day and did a whole pod on Smoking Aces on how dope that movie was. But anyway, so like it gave me Smoking Aces vibes. I thought it was really good. I will say this: it's more comedic than Smoking Aces was. Yeah. There's more funny moments in this, and I got to say this right off the jump. There's two things I got to say right off the jump. Number one, shout out to man, what's his name? Brian Tyree Henry.
Yes.
To be able to pull off a British accent.
Yes.
When you listen to because I listen to The Crew Has It, which the whole podcast is like they interview everybody in the Power universe, right? It's Giovanni who plays Brandon and the dude to play Michael Rainey Jr., the dude to play Tariq.
Yeah, I know who Michael Rainey Jr. is, but I will say this though: the names that you just named, I know for everybody else, they know who you're talking about. I have no idea outside.
Because you're not in it, but they bring everybody from the Power universe in, and so they have all of these conversations about getting into acting and this that. Well, they've had two people on the show who are from London or from the UK basically, and they was just talking about how easy it is for them to get an American accent,
right?
But we don't have a lot of actors doing the British accent. And it was like it's a little bit harder to do, for Americans to do them, like for a whole dialogue of a movie. Now there's been a few people who do it, but it's not really that much of a thing. Like there's only a few people to pull it off.
That's the easiest accent to do. And I know, and I can do it personally, and I can do like different versions of it.
Well, I will say this: I was impressed. How I was convinced that he was, he was really British.
Okay, so confession: I thought the nigga was British.
I don't know. It said he was from New York, and he went to
Juilliard.
No, I don't think it was Juilliard
or NYU.
He went to Yale. He went to Yale School of Drama.
Wow, really?
Yes. Yes, he went to Yale School of Drama. And because he graduated from Morehouse and then he received an MFA at School of Drama for Yale.
That's
so so he really do this shit. He didn't just
I thought the nigga was from London the whole time. That's why I was so impressed with him in Atlanta. Because I was like, yo, this nigga is that he's that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. For him to be able to pull this off and be very convincing, I had to go and check. I was like, hold on, man, where this dude from?
I thought that he was using his regular accent.
Cause like Damson Idris, like if you watch Snowfall, it's like
you
never know
you would,
but if you never heard him in an interview, because I done got duped twice. I really got duped more than that.
I know you got duped with Idris.
I got duped with him, so that's another one. I got duped with him. I got duped with Idris. I got duped with Dave Kaluuya. I got duped with
I thought
Kate Beckinsale. I didn't know in the beginning.
She is too?
In the beginning. Yeah.
She does a good job. I didn't know that. I will say this though. Okay, so Daniel Kaluuya. I didn't think that he was American. I thought that nigga was literally from like Nigeria or Ghana or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I thought he was African. I didn't think that he is African. I'm saying like, but from You know what I'm saying? The African country. So I didn't think that he was like, you know what I'm saying, British or nothing like that.
Yeah. And like the one girl that played the professor in Ghost, I had no idea till she was on the podcast. They had her on the podcast a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh my God, that just made you 10 times more sexier. Then
come on, talk about it. Black woman with an English accent gets me every trip. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, they just had one on today. The girl that plays in the Force show with Tommy.
Yeah.
Well, with on Tommy's show, and I had no idea that's where she was from.
I follow this chick named Sun P on Twitch,
and
she British. Oh my God, fire!
I tell you somebody else who got me. Colin Farrell. Had no idea.
Yeah, he's Australian,
but their accents are similar.
No, I'm saying, is he?
You looked it up last week.
I don't remember.
You said he was Irish.
Yeah, he is
when
Irish.
We did Jamie Foxx. We was talking.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Cause we was talking about Miami Vice.
Yeah,
but,
he Irish. Yeah,
but yeah, but that took us on a whole nother thing. But I was just saying, I was just impressed. I was like, man, like he really sounds good at this. And you hear, other actors be saying like it isn't as easy, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people can't do it.
No,
but
listen,
it's just
that really surprises me because like usually anybody that does like voiceovers or like imitations, they usually get the British ones easy.
But it's so many British actors and actresses, like we really don't really need it as much. So I'm really surprised that he even got that role, for the fact that like, yeah, they could have, found a British person to pull that off. But I'm glad they chose him. So that was the first thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the other thing I was going to say, I need to get this out of the way. I got to get this off my soul. Yo, I know it was just a cameo. But this whole thing started because of this person, and they only showed him one time. The person is Carver, but who I'm talking about is Ryan Reynolds. Listen, when is Ryan Reynolds not a fucking assassin? This dude is always a damn assassin.
He had to be in it because the people that directed Deadpool too. So it makes sense that he's in it.
I mean, he ain't even in it. I mean,
no, I'm just saying, just like the fact that, like, the cameo, like it makes sense that he popped up.
Yeah, but man, it's just like, even though it's Smoking Aces, he was an FBI agent, but that whole movie is about assassins. But it's just like this dude is always a fucking assassin. It's like, dude, it made it make so much sense, even though he was only in it for 3 seconds. To me, it made the movie better. It's like, you know what? It would be Ryan Reynolds. Of all people, it would be Ryan Reynolds' fault that this whole thing is happening to Ladybug, and he wasn't even supposed to have anything to even do with this. All he was supposed to do, he was off, and they called him in. Dude, that's crazy. How can you be an assassin and you get called in on your day off?
Be like that, man. Never know when they're gonna need you. But I like her name is Joey King.
Yeah, I like her too.
Who played Prince, the White Death's daughter. Yo, she did a great job.
Dude, because you see her in the act.
I don't know what the act is, so no, I haven't.
Dude, it's a Hulu show. I don't know if you remember this because you're old enough. You're a couple of years younger than me. Do you remember the one lady? She it was this parent who was faking that her daughter had cancer.
Yes,
and
they made so many movies off that. They made an actual movie about that, about the little black girl. Remember that?
I didn't see the one about the little black girl.
I didn't see it either, but I seen the trailer for it though.
But Joey King, she plays the little girl in the act, and she killed that shit, dude.
Okay,
like she murdered that. But okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's actually fire. Now I'm about to go actually watch that. But no, Joey King did a great job because with her character, they didn't give you, because like with other characters, they kind of gave you a little bit of a backstory or they told you who they were up front. Nobody knew who the fuck Prince was through this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, until the end, of course, but you later find out that she's the White Death's daughter. So, like, this whole time, you just see this chick, and you just assuming she's just another assassin, and really, she's not even a fucking assassin.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
yeah,
because I'm thinking like the shit she done rigged the suitcase, she rigged the gun. I'm like, yo, she really, this motherfucker is really cold. And then next thing you know, she ain't even a part of this shit. She just happened to be this motherfucker's daughter. So I was like, man, I liked her character. To me, her character was one of my favorites. Of course, Ladybug was. We got to give Brad Pitt his flowers, bro, because Brad Pitt did a hell of a job in this movie. He really did a fucking job in this movie. Him and what's his name? Aaron Taylor Johnson that plays Tangerine. Those two, they did a great job, bro. That chemistry that they had back and forth was amazing.
Yeah, I like the chemistry that they had as well. But I think that Tangerine and Lemon's, theirs was good too, since they was, being called quote unquote the twins.
Right.
Like they had good chemistry when they were just bouncing things off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how they threw in the whole thing of where when Lemon had the gun on the prince, and he was like, "Yo, I'm just so amazed how you able to just pull this off. Like you just got tears just popping up. Like I just can't believe it." And then she started like kind of pouting. He was like, "Yo, you are phenomenal, man." It was just so funny because it's just like we've seen when girls will sit there and just fake some shit, and for him to call it out the way that he was calling it out, I thought that scene was so funny. It was so funny to me because I was just like, yo, like for them to put that in there, that had to be Antoine. What's his name? Fuqua?
Yeah,
that had to be him. He definitely put it in there.
Another thing too, man, Brian Tyree Henry. I know you said that as far as his as far as him doing the imitation of the voice or the accent, he did a great job too, because for him to be this character who basically is judging people off of whether or not they're a character, they're a character on Thomas the Train is fucking hilarious. Like he's basically categorizing people's personality off of whatever the trains were on Thomas the Train. Like that was a nice addition to the movie because it made things funny. And then not only that, the fact that he had the stickers to identify people, like this motherfucker is a world-class assassin, but he's identifying motherfuckers with Thomas the Choo-Choo Train fucking stickers is hilarious.
Oh man, you wild. That was a very entertaining part about that. Also, to piggyback off of what you were saying, like we do have to give Brad Pitt his thing because he's starting to do this more and more. I think that Brad Pitt it's like when you sit back and you think about the movies like Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Glorious Bastards.
I was about to say he was the same person in Mr. and Mrs. Smith that he was in this.
What's the name of that movie? Let me see. I said Inglourious Bastards. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like
yes.
It's like when you look at these roles, like he fits so good in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching this one thing where they was talking about Brad Pitt, and it was just like when he first became an actor, like it was all about like he really got like his first job, if I'm not mistaken, simply because of the way he looked. And so everybody was like, "Oh well, he's just a guy with a good face, good body. So girls are gonna like him. Like he's just gonna draw attention from girls." But like on this podcast, they was talking about how they were like, if you look at his career and watch how he has developed, like Brad Pitt has developed himself into becoming a comedic actor without even being a comedian.
Yeah.
And it's like for him to be able to pull that off from where he started. I mean, even to pull a movie off like Seven, like nobody thought that Brad Pitt could even remotely pull off Seven and even be a co-star of somebody like Morgan Freeman. So, and I don't know if you know this, who originally had the Morgan Freeman role? No. I'm wrong. It was the Brad Pitt role.
Who?
Denzel was supposed to be Brad Pitt. but I don't remember if Denzel turned it down or he obviously turned it down.
Either way, I'm glad that it wasn't Denzel because that would have been too serious of a movie. you can't have them two in a movie, like unless it's like a biopic or it's supposed to be strictly a drama. Like you can't have them two in the. You gotta have some type of relief somewhere in there, or at least somebody who ain't as serious. Like them two niggas is like is Morgan Freeman. Like they all are the same level. It's Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, and James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but yeah, man, we gotta give Brad Pitt his flowers because the way he's been able to transition his career and actually be as funny as he's been in like these last movies that he's done, because like he's really done that in like everything that he's done up as of late. Except I don't think he didn't really do it in World War Z though, but
no,
really other than that
one was. I mean, really he talked some, but like really that wasn't even a movie to have that in there though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it really wasn't for any kind of comic relief or even some type of like funny shit to happen because of what the situation or the premise was behind it. Yeah. But I mean, he still did a great job for him to play. I think he was a doctor in that. Like even then, he still did a hell of a job in that.
Yeah. So man, you're right, man. We got to give him his flowers because he was really funny in this. And then like Sandra Bullock was basically a voice, you know, until the end. And that was just funny. Like when he was like, "You came for me," like it was so fucking funny. I like, yo, these motherfuckers stupid. But yeah, man, you right, man. Shout out to Brad Pitt for killing us because he did. We really did.
I mean, and Brian Tyree Henry too, man. Like I said, I was really impressed. I've actually been impressed with the roles he's been taking lately. Anyway, like for him to go from my first time ever seeing him being Paperboy in Atlanta to then going into the MCU, being a part of the Eternals, and then now to this. I know he's been in other stuff, but those to me are like the three major things that has kind of got him there because I know he was in the Godzilla movie as well. But like those three things has really gotten him on. These three things have gotten him on the map, and for him to really kind of like steal scenes while he's in there. Like in Atlanta, he's like one of the main characters, so he doesn't really have to. But for him to be in the MCU, he did a great job in that. Like the scene that he had where they was attacking his house, and then he had to actually use his powers and all that other shit. And then not only that, like he actually was playing a character who was a part of the LGBTQ community as well. So for him to take on that role, and then for him to come in this one and take on this role being somebody that's British, like it's not a lot of people who can have that type of range. And for him to be able to do that, and he hasn't really been in it as long as everybody else, that's very impressive.
Yeah, it seemed like he's a late bloomer. Like it seems like he was a person who actually dealt with like life. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't really get his shine. I mean, because hell, like mid-30s, like at least 30. Yeah. It's not like he didn't really like get on until he was like 30. So I mean, yeah, because he was born in 82. He's older than me.
But I mean, like if you think about it though, everybody from that show, because I mean, like him and Zazie Beetz, of course, worked together on Atlanta, so I'm sure they were familiar with each other, even though they weren't technically in the same scene. But if you think about that though, like Lakeith Stanfield, Zazie Beetz, Brian Tyree Henry, like they've been doing like some work. Like Lakeith Stanfield has been in some shit. Zazie Beetz is starting to, you know what I mean? Like she's been in some shit too. So it's not like none of them are, you know what I'm saying? Like not doing anything. Like from that show, like they're all branching out into major productions, and like that they are really doing their thing.
Yeah, and like to be specific, like one episode of Law and Order in 2009. He was uncredited in what it just says uniform in this TV movie called Last of the Ninth. And then 2010, he was in one episode of The Good Wife. And then in 2012, one episode of My America. and then he did 2 episodes of Boardwalk Empire, and then he did. Let me see. My America. It says it's a TV movie, and then he did 1 episode in 2014, and then he was in 1 movie called Puerto Ricans in Paris, and then 2016 that's when Atlanta started, and that's the first time I've ever seen him.
Yeah,
I've never seen him before.
First time I've ever seen him.
So, because even 2009, I mean, shit, I had my second child at that point. Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah, he really got like a late start. Mm-hmm. But he is blossoming now, man. Like,
yeah, big time.
I mean, man, you wait till you see episode. What was that? What I watched last? I think it's episode 9 of Atlanta 2 nights ago. Because this is one thing I like about Atlanta. I say this because they're not gonna give anything away. Like, they will give you, like, as of late, they're giving you these episodes, but like they're really singling somebody out. Mm-hmm. And like this whole, if I'm not mistaken, episode 9 is all Paperboy. Oh, he's basically by himself. Okay. Like by himself. So he's really putting on. They did that in
the last season. Remember where he was somebody stole something from him and he was looking for him. He ended up
his phone.
No, not the phone part, because that's when the whole crew was there. But either somebody stole something from him or somebody stole something and he was trying to get it back or whatever. And then he ended up at a bar with Liam Neeson, and Liam Neeson was talking about the time he was talking about the nigga moment and all that shit.
Yeah, that was oh man, I know what episode you're talking about. I can't remember what it was.
But I think that was all him though. No, he was with old girl. That's what it was. It didn't nobody steal nothing. He was with old girl that was partying.
And she had him wearing that dumbass hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing though I do appreciate about Atlanta is the expression of art that Childish Gambino gives it, and the fact that they have people like Lakeith Stanfield and Brian Tyree Henry, you know what I'm saying, with their skill in acting, it allows them to not only flourish, but it allows the show to flourish too, and it allows his ideas and premises to flourish because of the fact of, you know what I'm saying, how off the wall he kind of is. Like he does like a lot of abstract stuff. So the fact that they're able to jump in that and then still be able to perform that is, you know what I'm saying, like that's just a testament to how great they are. And the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like he's playing a rapper in that show and you still get all of these different things. Like we really just unveiling, even though I know this is supposed to be like the last season of Atlanta, we just now unveiling who Paperboy really is though. You know what I'm saying? Like we are just like at the tip of the iceberg for his character in that show. And that's why I said like the fact that he's been in the 3 movies that I named, and you see that, you can see how much more he's given them since he's been on that show. But like you can see where, you know what I'm saying, like he can possibly be. His ceiling is high as shit. Just seeing him in these 3 movies, like his ceiling is really fucking high. Well, 2 movies in the show, I'm sorry. But his ceiling is high as hell.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like, man, what I thought was, because I was sitting there, because I only got one watch. I don't know how many times you watched it. Mm-hmm. But you know, even when it comes to the synopsis of this movie, it's kind of like Carver is being blamed. Well, he's on White Death like list or whatever, of because he apparently killed or hurt his wife. I think he killed his wife. So he killed his wife. So he put together he set it up so all these assassins would be on the same train, and for everybody to take each other out. But I just didn't think that he was anticipating that Bad Bunny, which what's Bad Bunny name in this?
First off, it's not Bad Bunny.
Man, I'm not saying it the way he said it.
You have to say it how he says it. It's Bad Bunny.
Okay, you just said it. So Wolf. So he didn't anticipate that Wolf was gonna show up, because this motherfucker shows up because he goes, like, he is getting married to this girl, and then all of a sudden everybody at the wedding start vomiting, bleeding from the eyes, and all he remembered was bumping into Ladybug. But
which was crazy as shit, because without context, before they actually show what happened, without context, you don't know why the fuck he wants to kill this dude. So the whole time you thinking that Ladybug is responsible for killing everybody at the wedding until you find out he's not. And you sitting there like, damn, he just did that to everybody at the wedding, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, he done put a hit out, and that ain't even what he was there for.
And then the funniest part about it is the whole time we thinking like, man, why would he do that? And then they show us the Hornet, and then they show the Hornet, and she was the one who did it. And you like, bro, now you understand why he was like, because Wolf was like, I am going to hunt you for the rest of your life. It was like, why? And he was he really didn't understand. He's like, what are you talking? Like, what? He said, what is wrong with you? He's like, he didn't understand. And then you don't really get it until they show the Hornet. And you're like, oh, that's why he was that's why Ladybug was acting like that. Because he's like, and then when he was like, yo, I killed this dude, but it was by accident, because he wasn't really trying to kill him. And he didn't understand why my man was coming after him. So I thought that was hilarious. And I liked the way this movie did this stuff, because it's showing you, it's just showing you stuff, even when it comes to the prince. It's just showing you stuff, and you're not understanding why it's happening. And then you just keep watching it, and then they give you the backstory, and you like, boom, now I get it.
The fact that not only was that scene good, because they had a decent action scene too. Shout out to Bad Bunny for that too. And I know that he jumped into the WWE recently, so he's had some work with choreography, fighting, and all that. So he actually took that and did a great job in this movie, even though he had like a small role. It was still a great, you know what I'm saying, like a great moment in the movie. But just his backstory was crazy. This nigga was like one of the greatest assassins ever, bro. He was smoking shit. Like Ladybug did the world a favor, for real, without even knowing it. Like, this motherfucker was cold as ice, bro.
He was cold.
He was cold as shit, man.
And then somebody murdered his wife. That made him even worse. But he was really only focused on one person, though. He was like, yo, I gotta kill this Ladybug person. And like right up under his breath. And then that's what the Hornet does. Because the whole time, the Hornet is on the damn train.
Yeah.
And she's wearing this damn big cat uniform, whatever that damn thing was.
So if you're watching this in the trailer, when you see Brad Pitt punch the panda suit or whatever that was supposed to be, that's who the Hornet is, or the Hornet is dressed as.
Yes, and so she's like good at going undercover, and like because she was the same thing undercover at the wedding that he was. Except she put the poison stuff into the cake, killed everybody at the damn thing. But what the Wolf didn't understand was, if he never bumped into Ladybug and got his damn suit with his tuxedo got spilled on, he would have been dead too, because he would have ate the cake. So I like the way that this movie was able to put things together. Yeah. And then I thought the Hornet was going to be in there a little bit longer. She died pretty damn quick.
One of the best moments in the fucking movie, bro. First off, this nigga gets bit by the viper. Then she was trying to put the poison in him, and then she ended up getting the poison too. So he get bit by the viper. Not only did he get bit by the viper, she tried to put the poison in him. He ended up putting the poison in her. She reaches out for the antidote. He snatches it and stabs himself with the antidote. So he's good. He's clear. Then he says, wait a minute. You only brought one? Yo!
He said you ain't got to back up.
Listen, I get it. Because it in the thought, right, how good she is, you're not thinking to bring a fucking backup. But in that moment, I know in her head, she was like, man, this motherfucker is right. I should have had a backup. Man, she was reaching for everything. She grabbed that water. This nigga said, oh, you thirsty? I said, get this nigga out of here, man. Get him. That was one of the greatest scenes in this movie, bro. Just that whole little moment. I'm like, bro, they got this motherfucker Brad Pitt doing his thing. That shit was funny as fuck, bro. And shout out to Zazie Beetz because she never said a word in this movie.
Well, I mean, she had a. Well, she only had like one-liners.
That's what I'm saying. She really didn't, she didn't say a word in this movie. For her to be in this movie the way she did, do her part, and also, even though it was a tad bit exaggerated, great death scene. That's one of the best. Not best. That's one of the good deaths that I've seen in the movie too. So, got to give her credit for that because it's hard as shit to die in the movie. Yeah,
but I think that was meant for it to be that way though. Like for her to over-exaggerate that death.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a tad bit exaggerated, but still, it's still a great death in the movie. Well, good death in the movie. I wouldn't say great because I've seen some great deaths, but good death in the movie for sure. I think that's one of the hardest things to do in Hollywood is to die in the movie.
I mean, the way Kane died, though. I mean,
I don't know who Kane is.
Man, you know who Kane is, man. Menace to Society, don't play.
I don't know who Kane is.
Man, Kane got shot. Kane got shot by the cousin, man. He came through.
Oh man, that wasn't no good death, man.
Yeah, it was, man.
No,
yes, it was.
You want to see if you listen? If y'all want to see a horrible but good death, watch Nollywood movies. Anything from Nigeria, them niggas. No. You talk about great deaths? Yo, them are great. That shit.
I got the greatest death of all time.
Talk to me.
The greatest death of all time. Yeah, I got to go back. Not the TV show, but the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When they killed the vampire at the end, he was going around. He got stabbed in the heart by the stake. He was like,
nah, man.
That shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit is hilarious. But but you're right. But another thing about this movie is everybody is being blamed for shit that they didn't do.
Facts.
Cause the twins was blaming Ladybug for killing the dude's son that they was who they was keeping for ransom. Yeah. And then the whole time we find out the Hornet was the one who did. We didn't even know.
Thought
it was him.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought after a while, Prince was the one that was poisoning people.
I did too.
I thought Prince did it until I found out that was her fucking brother. But yeah, I definitely thought Prince did it.
Yeah, I thought it was Prince too because just the way that they introduced her, making her look like the innocent little girl on the train, and then she, you know what I'm saying, zap my dude in the neck, put him down, tie him up, and then so you was you easily they really pointed the finger towards her, and then you find out that it was the Hornet the whole time, and you was like, damn.
Oh, real quick. So shout out to the dude that played Tangerine. Because I just found this out that this nigga was Quicksilver in the Avengers. He played Wanda Maximoff's brother in the Avengers, and he also played in Savages. If you haven't seen Savages, go watch that. And he played in Kick-Ass 1 and 2, which was fire. But if you haven't seen Savages, go watch that because that shit is a great movie.
Savages is a dope ass movie.
Yes,
shout out to what's her name? Salma Hayek.
Yep. Benicio del Toro, all them they did a great job.
Blake Lively was in that joint.
Mm-hmm.
I like the one dude. Is his name Taylor?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about the dude that was his homeboy in Savages. That played. He was the one who played Gambit, and he played Gambit in Wolverine Origins.
Wolverine Origins,
yeah. I like him too. He played a lot of shit. He was in Battleship with Rihanna, but he did a really good job. Now I don't know if he's actually British or not. Let me see. English.
Yeah, he is. He's from Buckinghamshire, so I'm assuming he's definitely British.
Yeah.
God,
so he's
damn.
changing his voices in the regular movies. Yeah.
Hold on.
So
you go ahead real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, so the other thing was like the whole story of White Death, right? So the elder was telling the story of why he was even trying to get White Death or kill White Death was for the simple fact of, so this person came in, I think they said he came in from Russia for some odd reason. The people, because the elder, he was, you know, younger at the time, and he didn't understand why the other older people was so fond of this person that was from Russia or whatnot. And so they did this whole exhibition fight, and the elder was one of the people that was in the fight. He ended up getting stabbed in the leg, and so I guess he was pissed because of that too. But anyway, he didn't like how this Russian dude came in, and now he's like the man. And then he had a feeling that dude was gonna double cross them, which he ended up doing it anyway. I'm talking about like the whole origin story of like the White Death.
White Death, yeah.
And why the elder didn't really fuck with him, because he really didn't trust him from the beginning when he was just quote unquote the Russian dude that came in.
Okay,
so
was it distrust or was it jealousy? Because I think
it was jealousy.
I was feeling my nigga was a little green with envy on that one.
Yeah, because remember when they did that whole fight, he got stabbed in the leg. So he didn't really impress like his elders at the time. He didn't really impress them, and was wondering why y'all so fond of this dude is because he's whooping y'all ass. Like he just showed up and he whooped y'all ass. So, but he ended up being right though.
Yeah.
He felt that he was gonna double cross him.
Yeah.
And he did. So, and I like how they brought back the whole thing of where when he was going to go kill like the elder or whatever, they didn't really give us the person's name. He did the whole thing where he the Russian roulette thing, we put the gun to his head, then go off. He spun the thing on his arm, and then he shot the dude. He brought that back. Yeah. With the elder guy. You know, he did the same thing, put the gun to his head, you know what I'm saying, spin the chamber on his arm. I thought it was dope how they brought that back into the movie.
Right, because that's like his signature thing then.
Yeah, that's his signature move, which is dumb as hell. I mean, would never play Russian roulette with myself to have a signature move. I'm not doing it.
I wouldn't play real Russian roulette, but there's ways you can play Russian roulette. That's fun.
Man, fuck that. I might fuck up the count and blow my own damn head off.
No, I ain't talking about with no gun. I'm saying like, so there's a game that we play with Russian roulette where, of course, you know what I'm saying, with a gun, you got to use the one with the chamber. So it's 6 shots. So you actually got 6 shots and you mix them up and you put a card on top of each cup. You got to get the cups that ain't see-through though, but you put a card on each cup and then you draw a card. And then if the card is, you know what I'm saying, empty or whatever. So, yeah, it's a fun game.
Man, look, y'all is wilding.
Hey, man, listen, man, it's a college game. People have played it before. If you play Russian roulette, hit us up and let us know. But Russian roulette is fun when you got shots.
Man, listen, man, play beer pong and call it a day, man.
That's it.
Man, listen, when I first played beer pong, my guy, because I've seen it before, and I'm like, I'm not fucking these balls hitting the floor, all types of shit. Like I'm not doing that shit.
We don't play it like that.
But this is the thing, though, the way they played it up there. Like I said, I only did it when I went to college. Just, the cups had water in them. Yeah. And we just had the cup of either the shot or the cup of beer on the side. So we wasn't drinking actually out of the cups that you threw the ball.
That's fucking gross. What we did was we would all have to be responsible for bringing a 12-pack of beer. And you know what I'm saying? You got your cups and then you got the, you know what I'm saying, you got the table or whatever. So we would line up the beers on the side for each cup. And then every time you hit a cup, you had to chug a beer.
Got you. Yeah. Like we just basically did it like, you know what I'm saying, like the drinking game. You know, you get it in the cup, you got to drink every time somebody score, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, damn. How the fuck did we get there? What the hell were we talking about? How did we get
Russian roulette in the White
Oh,
Death.
Russian roulette.
Yeah,
God damn.
his signature
But
kill.
like, yeah. But I thought that was cool, man. Like, I like all of the little backstories that they gave us and how they tie everything in together. And then just what makes it even more comedic is the fact that Ladybug is like, wait a minute. You want Carver. I'm not even Carver. He's like, I don't even supposed to be here. He was like, I'm filling in for Carver. That was so funny when we've actually found that out. And I like the part that, like I said, they put two realistic things in here.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with Lemon and the Prince, their whole interaction of how he was like, oh man, it's so amazing how you can come up with these fake tears.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was when White Death told them to open up that suitcase and they was sitting there having that conversation.
That nigga
he
said,
was like,
man, I think, what if we open this motherfucker and it explode? When he said that, I was like, oh, that make this death even worse. I know they gonna open that motherfucker in. They ain't got no choice but to open it. Somebody was gonna open that suitcase.
Yeah, he was like, if it was so dangerous, if it wasn't so dangerous, why he just won't open it? And I'm like, yo, you know how many times I'm pretty sure like the regular watcher is saying the same damn thing, and they actually put it in this movie, because I never understand like the person that's quote unquote in charge is always having like the workers do their job for them.
Well, that's the whole point of being the crime boss, man. You don't do nothing as a crime boss. Niggas is just scared of you.
True, but
if you are doing any work as a crime boss, newsflash, you aren't the crime boss.
I mean, look, 100% facts.
Like you've never seen the Joker really do anything. You just know like Batman is always on his ass.
We did see Joker do something.
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about in the comics. Like he always got motherfuckers like workers and like lackeys around them to do shit.
Yeah, I was just talking about. I just wanted to bring up the scene when he walked into their little meeting and he came in with a little laugh.
Michael Jai White swallowed a pencil with his eyeball.
It wasn't him, man. It was his bodyguard. He was like, he
put that pencil on Michael Jai White.
He was like, well, watch me make this pencil disappear. Did he just slam a dude's head on the table? Hey,
ta-da! That's my shit.
That was one of the hardest.
No, that was fire. That was fucking fire.
But yeah, man, this movie, man, the writing on this movie, the directing on this movie, it was really good. Even though, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, is really, I mean, it's more than that. It's not just that. Like, it's like a combination of. Don't get me wrong, Bullet Train's its own movie, fucking hilarious. But it's like it gives you that mixture of, for me, two movies, Smoking Aces and Losers. You ever seen Losers?
I've seen some of Losers. I haven't seen the whole thing though.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of Losers too. I mean, everybody was.
I thought it was a mixture of John Wick and I'm about to say Deadpool. John Wick and Smoking Aces.
I mean, I can see that to a certain degree, but like John Wick is more. I guess John Wick is just a little bit more calculated. Even though, I mean, it wasn't us too. The only way that this shit even worked out really was because, I mean, this is the wild part is, so White Death like planned this whole shit, but at the same time, I don't know if they just really know each other or what, but the Elder did the same shit. Like they both like kind of calculated this whole thing to all meet on this damn bullet train.
Technically,
and like technically, like at the end of the day, like that was their whole thing. But I guess they didn't really plan on the Prince kind of doing her own thing. And
she was really the loose screw in this whole plan.
Yes, she definitely was. She was the monkey.
Ladybug was too in a weird way, but it was really Prince. Like she was the variable in the whole equation for sure.
Man, Ladybug was just basically at the wrong place at the wrong time. Took the wrong job.
He said he was unlucky.
Yeah, especially like man when when the telephone pole fell on the car at the end.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, maybe my luck isn't so bad. And then the thing fell down. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
The Viper biting him though, that was fucking crazy. I was
That
like, God damn. Like out of all places, like you on the train, the fucking Viper bites you, bro. Come on, man.
Yo, all time funny is when he wrapped it up in the fucking in his coat and he put it in the toilet and he wrote "Do not open snake."
When he was fucking with the toilet to begin with, bro, when he was in there calming down by the toilet, that shit was funny as fuck, bro. I'm like, man, a fucking Japanese toilet is not that fucking calming.
Yeah, that shit is wild. Man, they said they had a heated seat, had the thing to clean your ass.
I am interested in seeing the Japanese toilets though, because every show that I see, the Japanese toilets talk to you. It got a bidet in there. Like you said, they got the heated seats. Like they say it do everything. But I want to see a Japanese toilet at least once, because it can't be like everything they make it cooked up to be.
I need one because I spend time in the bathroom. That'd be dope.
It's a peaceful place to run away.
Hey, I think, man, listen, I take my time, man. I take my time when I'm in there. Yo, all time. My youngest son, he was like, Dad, he said, you want to see something funny? I said, what? He said, I'm gonna show you what I got your name as in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, my son got me in his phone, and you gotta let me get the last part out.
Mm-hmm.
He got me down as the toilet king with a crown at the end.
That's hilarious. That's fucking comedy.
I said, boy, you stupid. Hey, my son is wild, but my youngest,
that boy is wild. That's the one that like scary movies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can only imagine, bro.
That's
all right, man. Let's do this, man. Let's get into the Fire Flames, brother.
Let's do it.
Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame.
All right, man. What you giving this?
I was entertained. Story was good. The cast was super good. I don't really have any complaints, and I've only seen it once, and I think that watching it for a second time around, I think that would really, what I'm saying, give me that full circle that I need. But off of one watch, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
I think it was really, really good. For this movie to be what it was, because I think that assassin movies tend to be better when you throw comedy into them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they seeing that now. Like we've gotten the Ninja Assassin, we've gotten what was the one? What was that? Oh man, that video game, The Hitman.
Hitman. Yeah,
that movie was bad. But what I'm saying is, it was like a serious.
If you played a video game, it's worse.
I played one of them, and I wouldn't
way better. I'd rather watch all the cutscenes in the game.
Yeah. So I was just meaning like to take that comedic approach with, what I'm saying, with assassin movies. I think that's the way to go. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
I agree. I'm gonna give it a 5, man. The cast alone did it for me. A lot of great names in that cast, and then on top of that, man, just the way it was shot was great. The fact that it's shot on a train the whole time that's dope as fuck to me. Just the fact that we've never really seen a movie where it was. I mean, we've seen like Speed and shit, but Speed wasn't this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like this was something dope, and then the fact that they had so many storylines and was able to connect all of them and intertwine all of them perfectly was great to me. So I'm giving it a 5.
And one of the most intriguing storylines that we didn't even mention, that they found a way to put a storyline in the movie that we never seen before. And what that is that Fiji bottled water had its own story.
Oh my goodness. I forgot all about the water bottle.
A bottle of water had a storyline in this movie, y'all.
Yeah, that was
I'm
great.
telling you.
That was
great. I like how they did that. That was dope.
So yeah, for sure, man. So coming soon time, brother.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, so the next one we're doing a doc. We got the Untold. Which one are we doing on Untold? It's the ref one, right?
It's the ref one. Operation Fragrant Foul.
Yeah, man. This is about I keep wanting to say Steve Javi. That's not him.
It's not Steve Javi. Steve Javi was never involved in
at all.
Tim Donaghy.
Sorry,
man.
Steve. Yeah, Tim Donaghy, the betting ref. Sorry, Steve Javi, man. We apologize. He don't got nothing to do with this. But yeah, this is going to be interesting because dude was a menace. He was out here racking up them dollars, and he had the plug. So I like seeing stories of corruption like this because you get to go back and see all those nostalgic moments. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to relive some of those times where you was like, man, how the fuck he call that? But now we get to see what the story is behind that. So that's going to be interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah, man. Like I watched. I haven't seen it yet, so this will be my first time watching it. But it was so dope to watch the trailer because he was like talking it through.
Yeah,
and he was just saying that how he had bet on, I forget who they was playing, but this is when Allen Iverson was with Denver, and like he said, the very first time Iverson brought the ball down the court, made a move, he caught carry.
Yeah,
and he was like, because that's one of the things about Iverson. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, he carrying his crossover." So then he was like, the second time Iverson came through, he called carry. And then he was like, he knew if he would hit him with that it fucked with him psychologically. And then he was like, what the killer was is he came and he got an and one. He didn't call it. He was like, oh yeah. He said, I knew I had Iverson completely out of the game at that point. And that's where it ended. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
This is
gonna be fun.
That's gonna be fire. So y'all tune in next episode, man. Can't wait to do this one. Like I said, it's gonna be fun as far as the nostalgia too. You know what I'm saying? You get to see all those clips from the old games and everything else, and you get to see all those old players too. You know what I'm saying? Like in their prime. Yep. So that's gonna be dope. But listen, if you guys like this, if you didn't like it, if you enjoyed this movie or you didn't enjoy it, hit us up. Let us know. Hit it on our socials at Instagram and Twitter at View9Pod. You could also hit us up on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. Also, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. Also follow me on Twitch if you like video games and if you like watch parties. Hit me up on Twitch at Scoots Bronson. And I got a link in my Twitter bio. It's a link tree. You can follow me there. Everywhere else. That's all I got.
And y'all can follow me at S.Foster8 on Instagram and Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod, just on Instagram. Let me see. Follow the podcast on all major platforms, 28 minutes or less. Drop episode 104. I entitled it Another Takeoff, speaking on the death and some of the wild shit that's going on in the industry of Takeoff. So rest in peace, rest in power to that dude. I saw that I think they had his funeral today, actually.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to him and shout out to the Migos. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely rest in power to Takeoff. And thoughts and prayers is up for the Migos. And that whole record label, all their families, everybody involved in that situation, because that is a crazy situation. There's a lot of information coming out, a lot of people saying certain stuff that they really don't know. But it is some solid information coming out about that. Hopefully justice is definitely served. They
said the guy was arrested.
Yeah, but
they put some more shot out and everything. Yeah,
I'm saying it's way more behind that though. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Remember, you can only watch us on Spotify. Those videos will be up, so keep an eye out for those videos. Also, man, make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing, and make sure you are subscribed to the podcast. You got to follow us on Spotify. You subscribe to us everywhere else. And until the next episode, man, we will see you then. Like they say in Hollywood, that is a wrap.
Cut.